Matthew from Love is Blind Season 6 appeared on the Chrissy Clark show to finally break his silence. I'm here to break down everything he said so you don't have to watch it. He started out by saying he was open to the idea of marriage, but also knowing that the chances of him getting engaged were very slim. He also talked about how early in the stages in the process, you're really filming from like 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night. You get 15 minutes to date each individual person back to back to back until you slowly start dwindling your people down. Although what he said on the show was a little bit different, he did say fame was never really in his mind, like other people. Now, here are some of the scathing details he did talk about. He said he brought a spreadsheet while others were drinking. He would try to get the guys to not drink because of them possibly making a fool of themselves, but got in trouble with producers because he was trying to get them to stop drinking, saying, quote unquote, let the boys be boys. He continued to say that you would film more than 16 hours a day and you're not even allowed to leave for a break. He went on to explain in these 16-hour days, like you weren't even allowed to leave for more than 5 minutes. He said if you had lunch, you had to have lunch inside there while they were basically watching you. He said he tried to leave to start in his relationships outside of the experiment instead of bringing his family onto the show, and he even had to ask permission to use the restroom. At one point, he said he felt like he was done dating the other women and just trying to focus on AD. But the producers encouraged him to date other women, and he was pressing AD to leave the show with him because of what was unfolding. He took a step back because of her commitment to the show. They told him several times whenever he said he was going to leave, that if he tried to leave, they would paint him as the villain. Chrissy Clark said that she had read the contract and provided a couple screenshots here. Without in any limiting or foregoing, I further agree without the prior approval of the network in each instance, I shall not discuss the program or my participation in the program with any third party, except that I may make incidental, non-derogatory mention that I participated in the program, only after my participation is publicly announced or exhibited by the network. Next, she brought up the contract of what they're paid. For the pods, you get $5,000. Getaways, $2,500. Reality, you get $3,000. Wedding, $1,000. And then $1,500 to appear on the reunion. Basically, if you make it all the way through the process, you make about $13,000 in your pocket. And then, of course, this last piece of contract highlighted here, I further understand that my appearance, depiction, portrayal in and in connection with the program or otherwise, and my actions and the actions of others displayed in and in connection with the program otherwise may be disparaging, embarrassing, or of an otherwise unfavorable nature, may expose me to the public ridicule, humiliation, condemnation, and may portray me in a false light. He did say that he still cares for AD and does not regret, but was led to believe in the beginning that none of these things would happen. He believes that he is morally obligated to finally speak up and tell his side of the story before other people consider going on the show. She brought up that there's been many lawsuits and conversations about people being treated poorly. He said these are collectively some of the worst humans he has ever been around, talking about the producers of the show. And he continues to say if you don't say what they say, they will make you a villain and potentially sue you. He has no plans of suing Netflix. He knew watching it back that he would end up becoming a villain. And in closing, she gave him the floor to say any final thoughts. He said there's multiple people that are telling you each different things. He said it's a lot closer to professional wrestling than real. They take the people and try to generate them to get the most attention. This was a pretty crazy interview. It falls in line with a lot of the allegations that have been thrown against Netflix in the past. It will be interesting to see if they try to sue him. What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments.